Good morning, students. In our last class, we have discussed about the administrative policies of Sher Shah, provincial and central administrative system of Sher Shah. And today we will discuss about his other policies, other reforms, and you will be surprised to know that few reforms or few policies he adopted were followed by several other rulers, and still modern day we are following certain systems. Among those, you can see that he issued the first rupiah during his rule. Still we call currency as rupiah in India. He revived the cities of Pataliputra as Patna. The old city of Pataliputra he renamed as Patna, and he extended the Grand Trunk Road or GT Road from Chittagong, now Bangladesh, to Kabul. You can understand the long road he made. And he died in the explosion. Along with this, we will follow other works done by Sher Shah. Like in land revenue system, he introduced certain new policies, like he connected or applied land revenue system with measurement of the land. That means the land revenue would be fixed based on the area of the particular agricultural land along with the production. That's why the measurement he took. Second point, you can see on the basis of fertility, land was divided into good, middling and bad types. So land was divided into three parts. So you can understand the good lands, they had to pay more taxes, middling slightly less, and bad types he had certain other policies. Sher Shah fixed 1/3 of the produce as the share of the state, and peasants had the liberty to pay in cash or kind. That means 1/3 production he took as tax, and the peasants had choice. Either they could pay by kind, means by the crops only, and by cash also they could pay. After the assessment was over, a written document called patta was prepared, in which the amount of revenue demanded was mentioned. In return, the peasants were supposed to give kabuliyat, which was the acceptance. That means the government gave them patta by writing all the details of the land and the amount of revenue, and in return the peasants gave kabuliyat. That means they accepted all the measurement and the lands and the revenue amount they accepted. So this was patta and kabuliyat. Sher Shah always considered welfare of the peasantry. He, during drought, during flood, he gave relaxation in taxes, and also in failure of crops he gave them loans. The land revenue system of Sher Shah was followed by Akbar. Students, just at the beginning I said that he did certain new things or did certain works for the public, which still we followed. Like he made a roadway construction called GT Road or Grand Trunk Road. Still we use this road. This is from Chittagong of Bangladesh up to Kabul. So you can understand a long road, and he made it, and it is the oldest and longest road of South Asia. The total distance it covers, it is 2500 kilometers. You can understand such a long route it is. It passes from Sonargaon through several places in India before reaching Peshawar in Pakistan. So a long roadway construction he did, and it was so good. The construction quality was so good, people used it. Still we are using this GT road. Now, trade and commerce. In trade and commerce, first of all, he introduced certain new coins or currencies. He had issued gold, silver and copper coins. His silver coins, known as rupiah, the standard coin for centuries till the British period. That means rupiah became so popular and it remained in Indian economic system till the British came to India. And most importantly, you know, the term rupiah is used still in Hindi for money, currency in India. That means you can understand how popular this silver coin rupiah was. The gold coins were called as mohar and the copper coins were called as dams. As the copper coins were used in the local markets and the local households, that's why it is called dam. He gave importance to public work like building sarais or rest house. These helped in the communication network and also served as dak chowkis. That means as the post office. So you can understand the sarai khanas or the resting house in between the roads had double roles to play. First of all, they played as resting house for the traders, those who are coming from long distance, and second, these worked as the post office so that people could take their letters and informations from one place to another place. The royal postman used to rest in these sarais. Gradually small towns and markets grew up around the sarais because the traders came, the royal postman came to live in these sarai khanas. So people started to develop markets to fulfill their needs, and gradually these areas were developing. Sher Shah levied two duties on goods. On first, tax had to paid when the goods were brought and into the country, and second, when the goods were sold. So if you are buying something from the outside market, you have to pay tax to Sher Shah. If you are selling the goods in the market, you have to give tax to Sher Shah. Sher Shah asked official treatment of the traders and the merchants and the zamindars and the village headmen responsible for safety and security of the traders. You can understand the system.